Hey guys, Steven here, Fanatic Perspective. Real tough day today. Dez Bryant has officially been released by the Dallas Cowboys, making him obviously a free agent. I believe it frees up $8 million this year for the cap. I think he was owed 12.5, but somehow I think we're still going to have to pay out 8 million. I don't know how. We'll get into the logistics later, but I'm seeing a lot of mixed reaction from Cowboys fans. Some who wanted Dez gone, some who wanted Dez to stay, and some who were furious with the organization, and some who were pleased with the decision. And as you guys know, who have been following this channel, I've been on board with keeping Dez Bryant, especially after evaluating everything this season. I would have liked to see him take a pay cut. I believe, as reported by Ian Rappaport, that may not have even been offered, which is interesting, and we'll dive into all that. But I was on board with keeping Dez, and I told you guys as I did my post game recap videos and later in the season when we were eliminated from playoff contention that he would be evaluated, and then the organization has evaluated him and felt the need to move on. I don't have a problem with that. I understand, especially from a monetary perspective and the production he had on the field, those two things did not line up. So for the people that are hardcore Dez defenders, you can't, whether, and I know quarterback play factors into this as well, but you can't deny the lack of productivity in paying him the amount of money that the Cowboys were going to pay him, especially after he received that massive contract. Now, he earned that contract, but he has, for various reasons, has not performed up to it, and they decided to move on. My issue is just the timing of all of this. Again, like I said, I was on board with keeping Dez, but I'm not, my world. I'm not going to lose sleep at night because we let go of him. It's just that it's so late in free agency, and you're freeing up money for this year, which is great, but we're at the back end of things. Drafts coming up. I guess we just have this flexibility going into next year. Does this show our hand draft wise? Now needing a wide receiver to fill out this group. On top of that, as you guys have seen in recent drafts, wide receivers picked in the first round, just in general, rookie wide receivers. It's very, very tough transition for them, especially recently in this passing league with all the sophisticated passing concepts and how good DBs are nowadays. It's been a transition. And right now, where are we? Also, are we comfortable allowing Dez to go to another team, potentially a competitor, whether it be in our division, whether it's, I don't think Philly's going to have the money, but maybe the Giants or the Redskins or, somebody outside that we're competing against for a playoff spot, whether it's Green Bay or San Francisco. Are you guys comfortable with that? Those are some of the things I want to discuss and kind of talk this out. Now, the reason why I'm a little monotone and just have this, it's a sad day. Regardless of what side you're on, this guy is the all-time leader in touchdown catches for the Dallas Cowboys. He played 8 years here, and was an All-Pro wide receiver. And the reason what bothers me is how much he loved being a Dallas Cowboy, how good he was, and we didn't capitalize. I guess is how I want to say that. And it's not just him. Like this is probably the biggest release or free agency move that we've had to do, or offseason move we've had to do since the DeMarcus Ware situation, I'd probably say. But if you think about I'm 29 years old, so my adult lifetime, I turned 18, 2006. So 2006 to now, we've had Tony Romo, DeMarcus Ware, Miles Austin, Terrell Owens, Dez Bryant, DeMarco Murray, the plethora of talented players, guys that were Pro Bowlers, All Pro, in DeMarco Murray's case, offensive MVP, and we have nothing to show for it. We have no championships, no conference title appearances, nothing out of that whole group of guys. The only one left is Jason Witten. And you guys that can follow this channel know how I feel about Jay Witt and where he is now versus the type of Cowboy that he has been. But all those guys, Jason Witten included, nothing to show for it with the collection of talent that we've had in our building. And it's very, very disappointing. And I know we're moving forward with the Dak-friendly system. And look, they felt that Dez Bryant was not a part of that, and that's fine. But what's your solution? What are you going to do to move forward? Who are you going to, and look, addition by subtraction has worked in the past for many teams, but you have to be smart. You have to have a plan in place. And I'm just curious as to what this plan was. If they weren't, it'd be one thing if they had offered him, said, hey, we're going to make these moves and we're going to try to keep Dez, but at our price. And it didn't work out. That's one thing. But if you kind of knew all along, based off of your end of season evaluations from 2017, that you weren't going to keep him, then I felt like they could have done him a solid. I mean, I don't know. That's just me personally, because I personally like Dez. And as I've continued to reiterate, I did want him to stay on this team. But I wanted him to get a fair, an offer that was fair for us as well, because he has not produced at a level of an Antonio Brown, a Julio Jones, Odell Beckham. That's the level he was being paid at. So I understand both sides. It's something I'm kind of wrestling with in the middle. My frustration is just that I enjoyed watching the player, and we have nothing to show for it upon the player leaving our organization. So many great players, as I listed before, have left this organization. Nothing to show for it other than some cool memories in the regular season. Let's just be real. They have to figure out, and they may be crafting an identity. We just picked up Allen Hurns. Allen Hurns, part of the reason why he left Jacksonville is because Jacksonville doubled down on their offensive line. They let Allen Robinson and Allen Hurns walk because they're like, hey, we're gonna build around our strengths, our defense, and our running game, and then we feel like we can find productivity with the wide receivers we have and go from there. That may be the Cowboys' plan to some degree, but it's just tough based upon the timing. That's my whole thing. I also want to know why other guys are, and maybe June 1st will come around and we'll see a guy. I've advocated for Tyrone Crawford to be released. I've advocated for Terrence Williams to be released. We want to talk about productivity not matching the dollar amount after people got paid. That fits Terrence Williams and Tyrone Crawford to some degree perfectly. I mean, Terrence Williams had no touchdowns last year and I think he started every game. You can. I don't think you can go into the season with Terrence Williams and Allen Hurns and feel good about that. And then if you're drafting a rookie, is your rookie, whoever it is, you got to hit. If you're going to draft a rookie, especially in the first or second round at wide receiver, you got to hope that person is ready to go and ready to produce. Otherwise, this is going to be a limited group. But here's the bright side, and this is where I'll finish the video, because many people are saying, especially the people that are the Dez defenders, are blaming this on Dak Prescott and why he wasn't productive. And look, the lack of productivity, to me, the number one culprit is the coaching staff. Dak Prescott had a lot to do with it. Dez Bryant had a lot to do with it. The Seattle game, I still can't take that game out of my mind from both of them. With that being said, the coaching staff has to figure out how to maximize these players, because when you look at Dak Prescott, he was very productive when Dez Bryant wasn't there, and there's evidence. For those of you who are Dak haters, the other thing you guys got to realize is we're not paying Dak yet. Dak is still on his fourth round rookie contract. So yeah, we're not gonna, and for the productivity we're getting from that position, based upon the amount of money it's also, you have to equate the cap to the productivity. whereas Dez was $12 to $16 million. So you have to be reasonable there as well for those of you who are firmly against this. I don't think this is a horrible move out of the organization. Just questioning the timing here. But we have seen Dak be productive without Dez. There's tons of film on that. 3-4 games last season or the season before his rookie year. So I'm excited to see, maybe it's something where he goes back to being a progression quarterback and just makes it work with what he has. We have no distractions with Ezekiel Elliott, knock on wood, and it is what it is. But Dez Bryant, you'll be missed. I will continue to be a big fan of yours. I hope you can figure out and get your mind focused, get your mind right. Because I do think he still has a lot left in the tank. There's a lot of brothers that have done some excellent film breakdown analysis of Dez and his route running. And I think it's something where if he pairs himself with a veteran quarterback in either Green Bay or even a guy, up-and-comer like a Jimmy Garoppolo, I think he could still be very productive. But I have my Dez jersey here. And 88, I'm proud of you for what you did accomplish here, even though we didn't win anything. And I have to throw up the X one last time. Thank you for watching the video. You guys, please like, share, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments how you guys feel about this. Big news. But we'll hopefully now trudge forward to the draft. Just less than 2 weeks away. Thank you.